as the King of England rides amongst his men, ladies and gentlemen. The French taunt him, but King Henry has no ears for them.
Once more unto the feast, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favoured rage. Then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Let it pry through the portage of the head like a brass cannon. Let the brow o'erwhelm it as fearfully as doth a gold rock o'erhang and jutty his confounded base, swirled with the wild and wasteful ocean. Now, set the teeth and stretch the nostril wide. Hold hard the breath and bend up every spirit to his full height. On, you noblest English, whose blood is fed from fathers of war proof. Fathers that, like so many Alexanders, have in these parts from morn till even fought, and sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonour not your mothers. Now attest that those who you called fathers did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood, and teach them how to war. And you, good yeoman, whose limbs were made in England, show us here the mettle of your pasture. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not. For there is none of you so mean and base that hath not noble lustre in your eyes. I see you stand like greyhounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game's afoot, follow your spirit, and upon this charge cry God for Harry, England and St. George!
So the King has spoken, ladies and gentlemen. The men have received that vigour they needed, and the King drives forward into the lower gate, and so does St. George's men! Driving forward the noble English, thrust with added gusto and vigour in their veins, thrusting forward to the lower gate. And now, God help the Frenchman that stands before them. St. George's flag, the King of England has Harfleur. And now, ladies and gentlemen, now it is solely down to him where he will go. The attack has been costly. The guns fire, but it looks like the French have pushed the English back, ladies and gentlemen. Weakened as they are by disease, the English have really been pushed back. All those men they lost in the attack on the Lower Gate, all those lives are now wasted. The English are desperately trying to hold on to their defensive lines. They have lost every initiative they had. Vicious fighting ensues in the English lines. The French line has done its job. But it does look like the French are being driven back. To a degree, the French are being driven back. A very finely dressed man comes onto the field in that red jupon. He's a French commander there, wearing a pig-faced bassinet. That's not a slur on him, that's the piece of armour he's wearing. A red jupon, his yellow hose, his leg defences, but they are being driven back. It may look like something of a victory for the English, but don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, when this skirmish happened, they already owned the Lower Gate. All they have managed to do is to drive the French back to where they started from in the first place. So the French are back in charge of the gates of Harfleur. It is a disaster for the English. And whilst the English look like they have achieved something of a victory here, back they go, driven back, dispirited, weak, their spirits very much flagging. All they can do is put in some archery, but I have no idea how that is going to benefit. The French taunt them from their lines, retaking the Lower Gate. The English are indeed dispirited. A few Englishmen taking the cross of St. George back to their lines. Dispirited as king. His commanders kneel before them.
No mercy! Harfleur is in the hands of the English. But King Henry's weakened army